afternoon and welcome to the Wobbly Travellers.
Hi all.
It's been an eventful couple of days. Have you missed us?
Maybe. Yeah. We had a problem with the motorhome. It had we went to pull off from here in Bideford, turned the ignition, turned over fine, but wouldn't start. And it transpired that it was a problem with the key, the ECU recognising the key through a little control box. And so the electrician's been out and fixed that.
Yes.
Yes.
First the AA came out.
Oh, first the AA came out. They diagnosed the problem.
After a while.
Yeah, and then we had to wait for the key specialist.
So we've been stranded for 3 days without being able to move anywhere.
Which hasn't been that bad.
No.
Only downside, of course, was because it was quite cold first thing in the morning and in the evening, we've been running the diesel night heater and along with charging the phones and laptops, etc. The 120 amp hour battery,
leisure battery,
finally lost its power yesterday. Last night, was it?
Its get up and go went.
Its get up and go went.
Yeah.
Something to do with me, I think, leaving the diesel night heater running flat out for probably an hour as well, rather than turning it down to 3. But it was lovely and toasty in here. It was only when Sheena was doing the cooking, noticed the lights went off.
Yeah.
And I was blissfully unaware.
It was dark. I was cooking in the dark.
Yeah. But anyway, she managed to do the cooking, so the food turned out fine. Stress levels are back down now, and because of the way the electrician has modified the ECU, we'll never get that problem again. So that's another thing out the way. As you know, I'm a great believer in keeping things simple. I've got a 1929 Ford Model A that came out of the factory with one fuse, and now it's got, because it's got indicators and brake lights and headlights that needed fusing, I think it's got 6 fuses in total on it. And the electrician who was down here, after he was fixing ours, he was off to fix another Fiat Ducato with exactly the same problem. So apparently it's a common fault. If you've got a Fiat Ducato based vehicle, then it's possibly best to get that circuit disconnected, and which is what's even the Fiat Ducato ambulances, they apparently had such a problem with them, they were all disconnected on them. I've got other security features on this anyway, so it's still, it'd be very difficult for someone to start it and take it, and so no problems with that. And it's another thing that won't go wrong in the future.
But it was a good job that it was only, I say something simple, it wasn't that simple, but at least we know there was nothing wrong with the engine or anything else major. So that was a bit of a blessing. So, yes.
It gives you the confidence, and so we've driven it round probably another 50 miles.
Well, we left here late yesterday and went to Barnstable to park up for the evening, because you can only stay here for a maximum of 48 hours. So we just parked up there, stayed there for the night. Obviously we hadn't got a lot of power, so we couldn't do a YouTube video or anything. And this morning we got up to go to Instow Beach that we've been trying to get to for about 3 days. Oh my God, it was bloody freezing.
Great beach though for
Huge.
summertime.
Yeah.
If it's nice weather, it's £12 for 24 hours.
Yeah.
And I can imagine lots and lots of dogs on the beach, very popular
This morning,
place.
wasn't there? Yeah.
But a great stopover if we're down here during the summer. Everything has its advantages and disadvantages. Bideford, where we are now, the locals that live on the boats, they're lovely, nice people to talk to. We went into a little pub in Bideford.
Yeah, yesterday while we were waiting for the man to come and the electrician come in,
Yeah.
we went for a little walk to the cash machine, and I just happened to look up this tiny little road. There was this little pub called the White Hart. Well, we went in there and we could have stayed in there all day. But
Yeah.
obviously
And
we
again,
couldn't.
an elderly landlady. She'd had the place for 12 years, I think
14
it was.
years.
14 years.
years.
It was built in
1646 or 1746.
I think it was 1676, but whatever. It was built just before the 1700s. Old fireplace in it. Just a little old traditional pub.
Yeah.
And she got the prices from the original, when it was an original bed and breakfast, effectively, for sailors in the, I think it was the late 1700s. I'll post a photo of the picture, where it was 1 shilling a night. And I quickly worked it out. 1 shilling a night, that was 1/20th of a pound. Yeah. So, and a pound was a gold sovereign. So, gold sovereign now, £400. A 20th of that would equate to about £80 a night, which was for the sailors when they'd come back into Bideford after their trips to the Americas or trips to the East Indies. And so they'd be away 12 months. When they get back, they get paid, and obviously then they want a tipple served from one of the buxom barmaids. And so £80 a night, it's not far off what you'd expect to pay now for a hotel room anyway. So nothing really changes, just the number of pounds that you're actually having to pay for it. And so we had a nice couple of drinks there, didn't we?
Well, I only had one. He had two.
Oh, I had two, yes. So I deserved two. I'd had all the stress. And then we went
I had
down.
plenty of stress because I had to put up with you.
Oh, yes, okay. So we went down from here, we went to Barnstaple, spent the night there, topped up with a bit of shopping from the Tesco's down there. Lovely cakes, by the way, in Bideford. We've had one of those every afternoon, haven't we?
Yeah. Well, we've got nothing else to do while we were stuck here.
And the sun's out today. It was
yeah.
dull this morning whilst we were at that Instow Beach. We had a drive round to Appledore, and
very busy.
Very
Nowhere
busy.
to park.
Yeah.
Terrible it was.
So there is motorhome parking there. It's not on the front though, so you can't look out over the sea. Whereas Instow Beach, where we were parked up, you could see the sea and no doubt some good sunsets it will be from here.
Yeah.
Appledore, again, probably, I don't know if you actually get the sunset at Appledore. I'm not
I think
quite.
you do.
No, it'll be Westwood Ho, which is the other, just over the hill.
Yeah.
So you won't get a sunset at Appledore. Nice for walking along, no doubt, but it was just too busy.
Yeah.
For us to stop there today.
We
All
were
the
going to
parking
stop on
wasn't that
Instow
nice.
Beach, but it was too cold, and the dogs, well, they don't like the cold, do they? Because they come from Spain. So
Yeah.
it was a case of, do we go to Barnstaple for the night, or do we come back to Bideford? So Tim decided we'd come back to Bideford.
Well, we'll come back to Bideford. It's all right, I'm just watching the gentleman walking about there. Come back to Bideford.
It's easy
They've
parking.
easy parking, only a few metres into the town centre. They've got some lovely cafes that are dog friendly, haven't they?
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe I'll have another cream cake to come back for my afternoon tea.
Yes.
So that's
Yeah,
it. We've charged
so-
the 12-volt battery.
Yeah.
Leisure battery's got a bit of charge in it.
So a lot of the things we were going to do, we haven't done.
Yeah. Oh, and I tried
House with
getting,
tours there.
yeah, I tried getting up to the Tapley Park.
Tapley Park House,
Yeah.
yeah.
And unfortunately, that's closed on a Friday and Saturday, and or I don't think it's actually open.
I don't think
for
it's
the-
open
yeah.
yet, no.
So
So really,
never
we've come out
mind.
the
I
wrong
could
time of
see,
the
I could see it as we were leaving
year. We got a quick glimpse
the
of
beach,
it.
wasn't it? You could just see it, and of course, that's where Thomas Benson's arch enemy, if you want, could sit there with his telescope at the top of his grand house and see which he could see all the way out to Lundy on a clear day. It wasn't clear enough today to
It was too
see,
misty,
too
yeah.
misty, but even so, he could see exactly which way Thomas Benson's ships were going when they came in past Appledore, whether they were turning left to go down to Barnstable or going right towards Bideford. And that was obviously, in that way, he was able to catch Thomas Benson out for his smuggling, and therefore he took over Thomas Benson's role when Thomas Benson was forced to flee to Portugal, along with Thomas Benson's captain being hung and the first mate being hung. Why the MPs always escape. But more on that later. We still had a lovely time, haven't we?
We have, yes,
Yeah,
Not
absolutely
quite what
great.
we expected and what we were going to do.
No.
But maybe next time, if we come back down here, we could do our history.
Oh, we will do. I've still got the photographs of what we've done. We've still got our little acquisitions that we've made along
Yeah,
the way.
but they don't know anything about Lundy and about the ship and
No.
the Nightingale. Oh,
Yes, there's all of
treacherous.
these. We'll maybe run through those later or over the next few days anyway. But we've been away a week now, haven't we?
Yeah, we had 2 nights on your
On
mum's
the drive,
drive.
yeah. But the motorhome's performing really well. Everything's getting better. Sheena's
Yeah.
sorting out her
Prep area.
prep area, so that's all been resolved hopefully now.
That will be, yes.
Motorhome life is great again.
Yes, yes. And the sun's come out today,
Yes.
which is a bonus, although it is still a bit breezy.
Yes. So maybe we'll
Yeah,
speak to you later. If not, stay lucky and we'll catch you next time.
Don't forget to subscribe and like.
Oh yes, please. Like and subscribe.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
We love you all.
Bye bye.
Bye bye.